I'm Keith McPhail, Senior Account Executive with iHeartMedia, New York City. I think we all can agree 2020 was a challenging year. That is true for all of us here at iHeartMedia, and it is certainly true for most of our advertisers as well. So as we discuss your marketing plans for 2021, I want to be sure we articulate our shared challenges and detail the ways that iHeartMedia can help your short-term and long-term objectives. Our CEO, Bob Pittman, said one thing is sure: whatever marketing playbook you had before the crisis, it will need to be rewritten. Business as usual no longer exists. Businesses will need to embrace new consumer habits or break those habits to bring consumers back. For example, under stress and trapped at home, I turned to my instrument as a healthy retreat. And as you may be aware, musicianship creates a high activity in parts of the brain that are normally low activity. This is good for overall brain health and mood. It's also an effective way to combat traumatic stress. What I discovered was that there was a summer program at the Berklee School of Music I had always dreamed to attend that was never going to be possible, that was going to have to convert to a Zoom university, which I then joined. What we discovered together is that bass players around the world, the greatest, were all having this same experience. They were stuck at home, yearning for human connection. They were yearning for companionship. They wanted to be part of this collective experience. And if you can name 5 hit records, I tell you that 4, if not all 5 of those bass players dialed in at some point to be part of this collective experience, and it was special. We formed a community, and it was really something that means a lot to me. This is not isolated to me, however. This behavior has replicated all around the country. And we've seen a skyrocketing demand for high-quality learning experiences with a huge influx of non-traditional students that are seeking health, growth, connection. They're willing to spend. Take a look at these insights. This comes from a McKinsey study called Meet the Next New Normal. All of us had our lives changed in one or more of these ways. I get in the car and I drive around with no place to go. The streets appear to be filled with people doing the same thing. I'll talk myself into going to Whole Foods to buy a single piece of chocolate, and people, they crave motion. They're going to create that. 2020 was a radical shift to digital. 250 million students switched to online learning. Consumers are turning to brands they trust. 84% want brands to focus advertising on how products and services can help people cope. Have you given thought to trust in messaging? According to Burrell, most businesses will increase ad spend over the next 6 months. 85% of those advertisers said they will buy multi-platform inventory. Have you thought about what channels you will use? Why? What are your key performance indicators? How will you measure the success of your campaigns? Let's talk about the ways iHeartMedia can help you win in 2021. Target, message, measure. Target the right consumer at exactly the right time with an inspiring message. Any campaign should be designed to deliver measurable results. Radio is the most trusted medium in America, which is driven by the important role our influencers play in the companionship in the lives of our consumers. We do it at scale with over 277 million listeners accessible through multi-platform digital and audio with measurable results. Let's talk about your key performance indicators. How will you measure success? Is that web traffic? Do you favor lead generation? Mobility remains strong, with 49 of 50 states currently seeing increases in consumer driving patterns compared to pre-COVID. Driving requests on Apple's map have been above pre-COVID level since June. Consumers are more heavily investing in personal vehicles. 62% of workers say they have swapped public transportation for their car, and this is going to be a gold rush, just like spacious housing. High-frequency drivers in tri-state have real money, and they're willing to spend on quality and image. When I moved to Manhattan, you couldn't even get an apartment. If one became available, there were 30 people in front of you. They have perfect credit. They have 40 times income. They have a bank statement with a large savings account. They have stellar local references, and they were willing to pay a 1 month's rent premium as a broker's fee. Today, there are vacancies in every building in Manhattan. In large number, this population has moved to the suburbs. They're in the Catskills. They're all the way out to the Poconos. And they will buy cars like never before. When winter thaws, there is going to be a gold rush, and we will be there. Target, message, measure. Targeting the right consumer at exactly the right time with an inspiring message and measurable results. There are many things to love about America. Our defining quality is resilience in the face of adversity. I'm Keith McPhail with iHeartMedia in New York City. Let's get to work.